Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy and this is Bloom Like a Lotus. If you are new here, if you could please like this video if you enjoy the content that you see, and if you could also subscribe to my channel. As you can see, I have on orange today because I am a huge UT Vol fan. I graduated from the University of Tennessee and today is football Saturday, so of course I have to support. I also have in my Tennessee earrings. Today we're going to be talking about learning how to embrace your own journey and not be envious or jealous of somebody else's, and actually appreciate your entire journey, not just the good parts. I think a lot of us tend to get in situations or positions to where we're not entirely happy with our lives, especially with the way social media is now. People are always posting about their vacations, all of their life accomplishments. Whenever someone graduates with their bachelor's degree or their master's degree, they post about their cruises, the times that they go to Europe, if they go camping, whenever they buy a house. People highlight the good things that happen in their lives and then they post it on social media. People don't always post the bad things that happen. But of course, why would you? You don't want anybody to see the bad things. I think that is definitely one element that can make you be jealous or envious of somebody else. But not only that, if you are going through a tough chapter in your life, and we all go through them, it's going to be very difficult for you to watch your best friend go through her best chapter whenever you're going through one of your worst. And it's easy to get distracted by that. What is important to remember is that we all go through the hard chapters, we all face adversity, and we all go through struggle. But how can you start learning to embrace your own journey and not be jealous of somebody else's whenever you're going through those difficult chapters? I remember whenever I first started running, I have ran, I think, maybe 13 or 14 half marathons. I've ran 3 marathons, and I have run 6 ultra marathons. I remember whenever I first started running distance, and I thought it was torturous. It was very difficult, especially with my first full marathon. Running has always been something that aligns with my life in so many ways. It's actually quite amazing how much running actually aligns with my life and how much running has actually taught me about life. Running is actually kind of a love-hate relationship, but running has taught me more than anything else to fall in love with struggle. When you fall in love with struggle, you fall in love with life, and running has so many struggles. So I remember whenever I first ran the first full marathon, and after about mile 20, I just didn't think I was going to make it. I remember sitting down on the side of the road, actually crying like around mile 22. And some of you may ask, why would I choose to torture myself? After I ran my first marathon, a few weeks later, I ran my first ultra marathon. During that race, I ended up running 33 miles, but I have, like I said, run 6 ultra marathons at this point. My longest run so far has been 43 miles. And some of you are like, why would you torture yourself and cause yourself so much pain to run 43 miles? Running actually is more about callousing your mind whenever I run that type of distance. yes, I'm very passionate about fitness. I'm very passionate about nutrition. I lift weights. And yes, running is exercise technically. But when you get into the heavy distance, it's more about callousing my mind and the character that I build for myself by forcing myself to go through those struggles. Yes, it's hard. No, it's not easy. In fact, it's probably one of the most difficult things that I've ever done because my body hurts. I start to feel pain, especially like after mile 25. It's not very pleasant. There have even been points where I'm like, have I permanently damaged something? My knees really hurt. It's hard to even bend or even move my body. But I always push myself, and I always push myself through to the end. I would not have been able to do that if I didn't have people in my corner, people that I've met on the races. I've met some phenomenal people running ultra marathons, and they push me to do more than what I want to in that moment. And whenever I first started running distance and they were pushing me, I literally thought that I may have permanently damaged something, because the pain is something that I can't even describe unless you've actually been there. But after all is said and done, you realize, hey, I did this. Hey, I just ran 26 miles. Hey, I just ran 43 miles. Like, oh my gosh, I did it. A few days after the race, I can't actually walk. I'm kind of holding on to furniture to hold myself up. But a few days later, I get back to normal and I'm totally fine. And after every long distance race that I have run, it's almost like I have to reflect, because there were so many powerful life lessons that I learned during every single race. And that's why I continue to go back for more. Whenever you choose to do the hard things in life, like ultra running, sometimes a lot of the other things seem easier. And it's not that they're actually easier, because the struggles of life are not going to end. The struggles of life aren't going to stop. But the point is that you callous and condition your mind every single time that you face an adversity or you face a storm. It's kind of like when you lift weights in the gym. Whenever you do a workout and you're sore the next day, it's because you break and tear the muscle down, and as it heals, each time it gets a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger. That's why consistency is so important. So every time you tear down those muscles, they slowly, over a period of time, get a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. And you going through the storms and adversities of your life kind of do the same thing, but to your mind. And whenever you're going through a hardship, a challenge, any kind of struggle in your life, you have to train your mind to endure that pain. Sometimes it's really difficult. Like I said, if your best friend's going through her best chapter, but you're going through your worst. But I kind of have a theory that we all have these seeds of greatness planted inside of us. Those seeds are our passion, that are also our purpose. But it's up to us to make those seeds grow. We have to nourish those seeds. We have to water them and plant them. They don't just happen on their own. So we're not going to reach our destiny if we don't take the time to water it and nourish it. So whatever you believe in, whether it's God, the universe, or whatever you think the higher power is, I personally believe in God, but I believe God plants those seeds inside of us. Whenever we get distracted by what someone else is doing, it takes away from our personal journey. And everyone's journey is unique. Everyone's journey is customized to them. Your passion, those seeds of purpose, they are customized to you. You have your own unique gifts. And as much as we may hate the struggles that we face, as much as we may hate what's happening to us and what feels like maybe the end of the world, unfortunately, those things are customized for our journey as well. And I think running, more than anything else, has taught me that, because whenever I've chosen to force myself through the pain during my runs, every single time I grow. And I don't grow because it was easy. If I run a 5K or I run 3 miles or 4 miles, I don't grow as like I do when I do distance, because that's easy to me. I've been running for years, so there is absolutely no struggle in that. Our character is built in the face of adversity. Just like in the gym, how your muscles are torn down and they are built back up, that's exactly how our minds work. Whenever we go through the hard stuff, like lifting heavy stuff in the gym, that's what builds the muscle. So lifting the hard stuff in life is what is going to strengthen our mind and callous our mind like a muscle. It's basically the same thing. The more adversity you have, the more struggle that you have, the more you callous and condition your mind, the more it prepares you to handle life. And I believe that your character is built the most during the face of adversity, but you also have a choice. You can sit and dwell on it, or you can let it prepare you for what it is meant to prepare you for. We only have so much energy in a day. We can't pour from an empty cup. But if you're sitting back and looking at someone on Instagram, admiring their physique or the vacation they just took, and you can't afford to take a vacation, or you're overweight, the more time that you are spending worrying about what they're doing, the less time that you are focusing on fixing yourself and fixing your own goals. No matter what you do, no matter how much you worry, no matter how much you stress yourself out, no matter how much you admire somebody else, you can't be them. You can't have what they have. You can't have their life. You have your life. You have your body. You have your body for a reason. And I believe with all of my heart that every single person on this earth has a purpose, but it's up to you to fulfill that purpose. You have to do the work. If you plant a flower garden in your backyard and just leave it there, it's not going to do anything. You have to put forth the work. It requires certain types of sunlight or certain types of soil. You have to properly take care of it. So you have a seed inside of you that is meant for you. Focusing on someone else is not going to help you grow your seeds. So as much as it sucks, as much stuff as you're going through that feels like the end of the world, I am going to encourage you and challenge you to try to change your mindset. Even though it is incredibly difficult right now, take whatever you are going through and flip the switch. Instead of being depressed, instead of being sad, instead of thinking about how much this chapter of your life sucks, think about what the silver lining is. Think about what this is trying to teach you. Think about what you can learn from this, and think about how much it is building and shaping your character. I challenge you to do this not only today, not only tomorrow, but with every adversity, every struggle that you face. Focus on your path, focus on your journey, and what life has in store for you. I also challenge you to stop comparing yourself to other women on the internet, other people on the internet, or other people that you know. Stop comparing yourself to people, period. You are you. You are you for a reason. That's a blessing. Figure out what your gifts are. Figure out what your passions are, unless you know them already. I think if you dig a little bit deeper, that you'll figure out what they are, if you haven't already. I challenge you to stop comparing yourself to anyone and start learning to embrace your own journey. If you like the content that you see, please give my video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Until next time.